Now in experiment number 7, student will have to plot drawings they have drawn in earlier experiment. In this, they have to prepare title block, they have to prepare the layout, and they have to insert the title block over there, and they have to plot the drawing by making viewports, and ultimately they have to plot this drawing with scale, either it is 1:1 or 1:2. So this is the goal of this experiment. Now here student will have to understand the different sizes of standard paper. A4 size paper have dimension of 297 mm by 210. If they double the size by placing side by side, the vertical height will be 420 and the horizontal will be 297. So this size is referred as A3. When the two A3s are doubled, they become the A2, and these two A2 when become double become the A1 size, right? So this is A1 size, and then A1 is double, it becomes the A0 size. So in this exercise we are going to use A4 size in portrait mode, also A4 size in landscape. You can try any other size, A3, A2, whatever you like, right? So let's switch over to AutoCAD to plot the drawing. I have a drawing file in which I have copied two exercises that I have prepared earlier experiment. Now student need to understand that they can plot given drawing from two space. If you look at the bottom, the one is called model space, where actually we draw the part drawing with its full length. For example, 72 mm means it is going to length by 72 mm. We are not scaling down or scaling up. Now if you look at the bottom, there are two more tabs are given, which is referred as layout. Here they looks like a paper, right? So many times they are referred as paper space. Now what's the difference between model space and layout? Layout basically referred as paper space, where you try to see the drawing with respect to actual paper. Just imagine you want to print on a A4 size or A3 size or any actual physical paper. So how do you are going to lay down your drawing? So that is called layout, right? So it is recommended to plot the drawing in layout space, not in model space. Now in this experiment, we are going to create title block, then we are going to insert in layout, and then finally we are going to create a viewport and plot the drawing at a scale as per the drawing size. Now let's prepare title block. Now for that, let's move this drawing little bit upward so they don't disturb us. Now choose rectangle command, specify the first corner point at 0, 0. Now because I am preparing the title block for landscape positions, the horizontal dimension of the paper will be 297 and the vertical dimension will be 210. Now I will leave the paper margin, or you can say the printing area margin, by say 25 millimeters. So I will offset it 25 like this. Now I will explode all of this. Okay. Again I will select all of them and right click, and I will go to the clipboard and I will choose this option, copy with base point, and I will choose this XY point or origin and I will click it. You will see the message that are 8 objects found, right? Now I will go to the layout one, where at present I don't know what is the paper size. Instead I will right click, I'll go to the clipboard and paste. So for pasting, again I will choose 0, 0 options and I will hit the enter. Now you can see the outer rectangle which represent the paper size is not matching with the layout paper, right? So for that, I'm going to change the page setup of layout 1. So go to page setup manager. Now here, I will modify layout 1 page setup. Here I will choose DWG2 PDF options as a plotter. Then I will choose paper size. Here ISO A4 297 by 210. This is landscape position of a paper. Then I will choose extend option over here, center the plot. Okay. Now I will press OK. Just look at it. What happened? The outer size, outer rectangle which was representing the size of A4 paper is exactly matching with them. Now I can delete that rectangle. Now look at very carefully. There is a rectangle having dots. This called printing margin. Now my rectangle is little far away from this printing margin. So I will try to extend this inside rectangle, right? So I will stretch and I will choose from here, say 10 millimeters. Okay. Similarly, I will stretch this part from here 10 millimeters. So I can have a maximum space of a paper. Now delete the rest of the lines of external rectangle which was representing the paper size, right? Now save your drawing. Now let's convert. Before that, let's add some important informations. So O space. Now offset distance is 10. Choose this line and click inside. Again, choose offset, and this time I will add 50 dimensions and click it over here. Again same. I will trim this part and I want to try to add some information over here. So here I will use text command, single line text. It says specify start point. I will right click and justify and I will choose middle center, MC. So here I want to type the text exactly at the middle vertically center. So for that, shift right click midway between 2 points. So I will choose this point and this point as a reference. So my text will start exactly at the middle in center. Now it's asked me specify the height. I will type 5. It also asks for rotation angle. I will leave it to 0 so the text will flow from left to right. So I will say experiment number 7 plotting, right? Similarly, I can add other information over here. So I will repeat the same procedure. Single line text, right click, justify, middle center, shift right click midway between 2 points over here and over here. This time height is also 5. Now I will add rotation angle is also 0. I will add my name. Again, I will try to add date over here. You can add any information you like. So once again, I will go to single line text, right click, justify, middle center, shift right click midway between 2 points. I will choose this point and this point. I will specify the height is 5. Rotation angle is 0. Now instead of typing, I will choose right click and insert fill. Here I will choose date and time, and from field name I will choose date. Here I will choose the format, this one, and I will click OK. So this is called field. Now save your drawing. Now let's convert this thing into block, or simply you can create over here create block. The shortcut for the same is B space. Okay, I will name this block A for, let me type in capital, A for landscape. Okay, now here the base point is this 0 0 will remain same. I will not touch it. Okay, now specify the object you want to convert into block. So I will select all of them like this and right click. Now we have option over here. What do you want to do? After selection, do you want to convert to the block or you want to delete? Basically, I want to delete it. Why? I will tell you. So it will remove this drawing from here. Okay. Now save your drawing. Now I want to insert, let me rename this layout to A4 landscape. Okay. Now I want to insert a block. So I space. Now let's insert the block. So go over here and choose the prepared block. You may have more than one if you have prepared more than one title block in your drawing. So I will choose this. Now it is asking me for the insertion point. So I will choose 0, 0. Okay. Now look at it. It is nicely fitting in the layout format. Okay. Now we are not able to see drawing over here. For that we need to create viewport. Okay. So to create viewport, simply type viewports. Okay. Select this. Now here we are going to create only single viewport. So select single and click OK. Now try to simply go over here and up to this point. Now we are able to see the drawing. It is simply equivalent to cutting a paper and looking at the what is behind the paper, right? So viewport is simply looking your model space drawing based on your paper size. Now I will save the drawing. I will go back and I will delete this reference drawing. So switch over to again A4. Now here, if I double click inside the viewport, you can say I am in model space. Though I am a paper space, but now I can draw, I can zoom in, I can do whatever I can do in basically model space. So here I can pan. Now let me zoom in like this. Now at the same time, if you look at the right side corner or right bottom corner, it shows some scale over here. So let's choose 1:1. Now it is not fitting on this. So I will choose 1:2. Okay. Now problem is when I choose 1:2, the text goes away because the text which I have added is annotative and it is not set for 1:2 scale. So I want to assign 1:2 scale to that dimensions. So for that, at the bottom, if you come over here, there are two options like snowflake symbols. So click on this. Okay. Now let's go back to the 1:1. So make sure two things are active. Now switch over to 1:2. As soon as I switch over to 1:2, I select it, look at the viewport, the text size changes. Okay, it's try to set as per the scale. For example, the height of this dimension is 4 millimeter. But if you scale down the drawing to half size, the text size must not reduce to 2 millimeter. Instead, it should become the 8 and then it become divided by 2, it become the 4. So annotative text style try to keep the text height or dimension height constant irrespective of your simply plotting scale, right? So I hope it is clear. Now I can plot this drawing. So for that, I can press Ctrl P. Now here I am already in layout 1, which is renamed to A4 landscape. I've already set it the plotter, size, extend, and let's look at the preview. Okay, so we are getting same thing, right? We are getting whatever we are looking at in the viewport, right? So when I press OK, it plot the drawing. Before that, I want to assign what is the scale of this viewport so that faculty can see it. For that, I can insert the text, right? So here I'll go over here, single line text, and I will simply enter over here. Okay, height will be 5, angle will be 0. I would say scale, just for understanding purpose. It is not required, but still let's go like this. Now do not enter, right click and insert fill. Now here I will go to the object, I will select the object, and I will try to select this outer boundary of the viewport. Okay, so as soon as select it, you will see on object type it is viewport. Now under that, look down these scales. Okay, so it says 1:2 because our drawing at present it is 1:2. So click OK. Okay, this and click outside and press escape. So this is your scale. So whenever I change the scale of viewport, let's say 1:1, okay, and I will click outside and I save the drawing, the scale will change to 1:1. It reflects the current present selected scale for the viewport, right? Now let's go back to the 1:2 so that we can fit the drawings. Okay, and press Ctrl S. So this, it will update the drawing. Now click outside and Ctrl P. Let's preview the drawings. Here it comes, and right click the plot. Now it will plot in the form of PDF file because I do not have actual printer. So in laboratory you have to produce PDF file. So I will choose save, and let's try to see it comes out, right? So look at that. Here the height of this text is, the dimension is 4 mm, which I specified in dimension style. So annotative style will take care of the ratio of this dimensions height based on the scaling you apply to the viewport. So I hope student you have a complete understanding about the preparing the title block and inserting in the paper space and plotting the drawing by creating the viewport. Now I have prepared in landscape position another title block and already inserted in layout 2. So let me rename it. So A4 portrait. Okay. Now here I have already prepared the viewport and set the another drawing at 1:1 scale, right? That is plot scale or viewport scale, and also it display in title block informations, right? Now let's try to plot this drawing and see how it looks like. Ctrl P. I already set it the plotter, which is drawing to PDF. Then the paper size will be the ISO A4 in this way, that is in portrait orientations. Then what to plot? I am going to plot the extent, right? Or let's say, let's see the preview. Okay, right click and plot. Again it will plot it to the PDF file. Now it comes, right? Output of your experiment number 7. So hope student you have understood how to plot the drawing.